So hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Girl Code, a guide to self-love, where we talk about everything and anything girl. So on today's episode, we are actually going to be talking about cheaters, toxic friends, and changing. So to start, do you believe that people actually have the ability to change, either for the better or for worse?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So maybe you can share some experiences of, when you have a friend who actually changed or not?
I think that people will change when they are ready to change. But if they are forced to change, they will go back to their old habits. So unless they are willing, they won't really fully change.
Yeah. I feel like I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like I'm a different person than who I was last year and the previous year and the previous year. So I've changed a lot. Like if you have known me like probably 4 years ago, I'll be a completely different person today. So I always feel like people change.
Right.
Yeah.
But but actually I'm on like a different camp. So even though I believe that people can change like some things about themselves,
Right.
but there is some other things that are inherently like built in like your personality that you find it, even though you put in the effort to change, it's still gonna be there.
So what is the
Leopard
character?
doesn't change his spots, huh?
A little bit,
Right.
Like for example, for me, I'm a very independent person. So even though, let's say, my husband is more clingy
Right.
towards me, I
Right.
try to compromise on that.
Right.
But I would still slowly go back to being independent. So
Right.
like compromise and like having my own personality is still different in a way.
I get it.
Yeah. So do you
That's
guys have
preference,
something
I think.
Yeah.
Right? A little bit of preference. Like not so definite. Like no, I can't change.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. But I still feel sad.
Oh.
I don't know, like if I am not independent, I just feel like
like
I'm not
lose a
truly
bit of
myself.
yourself.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. I feel like everybody can change. Everybody will change, is whether they want it or not. Because like change is constant. Like change is the only constant. So how are you so sure that a person cannot change? It's such a strong word, I feel, and such a limiting belief.
Okay, so now let's talk about people changing for the better. So there's always going to be this like stereotype, right? If someone has like a bad past and they're trying to change, like people are just not gonna believe them, or like have more difficulty trusting that they're gonna change. So do you have any experiences where you probably have a friend or someone close to you that is probably maybe bad previously and then they made successfully a change? Like how did you deal with that, and would you sort of like trust them moving forward?
Yeah, I feel like I actually have a friend that made it to the news.
Oh.
Yeah, that he was not faithful to the wife. Yeah, and he's such a different person now. And I feel like he will never ever do that again. Yeah. I feel like that's my personal opinion, but I try not to judge people. Like everyone have their own mistakes and their own flaws. Like why do you think that you're better just because you're not cheating?
Right.
Yeah. I actually have a conversation with another friend. So apparently, the girlfriend cheated on him, but he was physical to the girl. So he kept telling me that, oh, I didn't cheat. In any case, I didn't cheat. That's why I just told him like, what makes you think that hitting her is better than she cheating? Yeah. So it's really like your perspective, right? Yeah, but both of them changed, so it's great.
Yay, happy
That's how
ending.
I feel. Yeah.
But I guess like there would be sometimes a limit, right? So let's say if this guy cheats on this girl 10 times, would you still believe him if, let's say, he promises not to cheat again?
Oh, for sure not. Like track records, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it goes deeper than that. Like, why do people cheat?
Yeah.
It's not like really about, there's always like a source for it, right? For your actions.
So have you guys cheated on anyone before? Or?
Wait, I want to say something.
Yeah.
I feel that the underlying root
Yeah.
cause of it, of like them cheating
Yeah.
like 10 times, I feel is they are not motivated to actually change.
Yeah.
But are they able to like cheat, for example, or do whatever it is in the future they are capable of,
That's
but whether
true.
you want or not. And I feel like it's
That's
more of
true.
like self-discipline at this point.
Yeah.
Do you have the self-discipline to want to change, or are you just gonna be I'm just gonna give in to myself what I want? Yeah.
Yeah, and there's always people that attract cheaters. You
Really?
Yes, really.
What?
I swear. I swear.
What type?
I
What type?
have a friend that all of her boyfriends cheat on her. Like, what are the odds that all of your boyfriend will cheat on you? Like,
But why?
I mean, like, I always have this theory, right? Like, if you smell shit everywhere, check your shoes. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, if everywhere you go, you keep smelling poop. Like, you have to check your shoes. Like,
Oh, maybe she's the one that's choosing the wrong
exactly,
guys, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So, like,
So the
why?
traits that she chose in a man
Yeah.
are like the
not the
cheating.
other way around.
Yeah.
Or maybe the other way around.
I mean, there's always cheaters like supply and demand, right? There's always, but like, what are you attracting to your
Supply
life?
and demand.
I'm serious. No, like,
Supply
do you not get it? Like, there's always like supply and demand for cheating. Like, it's always gonna be there. How can you say there won't be anyone who cheat in this world? It's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just like crimes, right? But who are you attracting to your life? You know, I feel like she just lacks of self love. Yeah, yeah. It's just a lesson.
I don't know about the self-love when you are attracting cheaters, but yeah, maybe I'll look into it after this. Yeah.
Oh.
Like really, why? Why?
No, like I have friends that constantly have boyfriends that abuse her.
Oh, really?
I mean, obviously not close friends.
Maybe it's because when they were young, their parents abused her, and then she
Exactly.
looked for it
Yeah.
when you're in a relationship. So
Yeah.
apparently, right, when you are in a relationship, you look for like characteristics of your parents.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh.
So if you're used to being beaten when you're young, so now,
then you register that
Yeah.
as love, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
damn, you need to go therapist, sort your
Life
issues
out.
and
Yeah.
then
But I guess just now you guys said that, both of you changed for the better, right?
Yeah.
Over the past few years.
I think everyone changed for the better. over
No,
the
not
years.
everyone.
What
There are
do you
people
mean?
that just go downhill, man.
What happened?
I don't know.
Are they okay?
No.
Are they your
I don't think
friends
they're
or
okay.
what?
Not my close friends, but I've seen like people just like
Go downhill.
yeah, it's just like after graduation, I saw some red flags, and then like became like start borrowing money, and then got like to addiction, but just not close friends. Yeah, I've seen people change for the better and for worse. I've never seen people that is exactly
Stagnant
the
all the
same.
way.
5 years later, I've never seen actually. Have you guys?
I don't think I can recall having a friend who is stagnant all the way.
No.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think it
everyone
depends.
changed.
It depends on whether what you view as positive and negative.
Yeah.
No, what about it's not positive or negative? It's just the same,
Oh, no, I don't think so.
right?
Like,
Everyone changed a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess just now you mentioned about, yourself positively changing, right? Maybe can you share about what is it that you have changed, and also why is it that you have changed positively?
Right. I feel like so much. It actually in every aspect of my life, like how I show up to the world, like my belief system as well. How I deal with my traumas. Like I used to be somebody that's really, really hot tempered. Like
Really?
yes.
She looks so like
Yeah.
she's so nice and everything. I cannot imagine her like scolding someone, you know?
Yeah.
I used to punch the wall because my parents didn't want to bring me to swim.
Oh,
Wow.
So, yeah.
She's physical, man.
Yeah.
You need to
it's
take like
so-
kung fu.
I used to learn Muay Thai when I was really young.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
So like now, I think like even if somebody shouted in my face, I can just be so calm. I can just like reply calmly, and it
Me
has
too.
happened. Like my customer shouted at me. Yeah.
Why do you think that's the case? Like, why are you calm now? Is
I
it because
just see
of
the
like,
benefits of it.
uh,
Yeah, and I didn't like myself like how I were when I was so reactive. Yeah, so like I'm constantly changing. So I've definitely grown a lot.
Could it be because you're so used to it and you're like, oh, okay, you're so not phased by it anymore?
No, actually, it's not easy. Cause my first reaction is I want to react. I want to like
you're
rebut.
punch you.
Yeah,
Shut
but, like,
up.
but I stopped, right? Yeah, and last time I couldn't control my emotions well. Like if I feel like crying, I'll just just kept crying. But now I can just be like, okay, you got to like get off your head, and I just stopped. I can do it immediately. Yeah, and like I asked myself like, okay, say that touch wood, if say somebody that I really love passed away, can I show up to work the next day? I think the answer will be a yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
now.
think you're emotionally like detached. There's something
No,
wrong
but I
with-
can go back to it. It's not that
Oh.
I'm shuffling it under the rug. I'm not.
It's
Yeah, but I can-
emotional maturity.
Yeah, but I can go
yeah.
back to it. Yeah, after work.
Nice.
Yeah.
Diana, what about you? Is there anything that you have changed for the better?
I think life experiences make me change for the better. For me, it was not like my partner cheating. Mine was actually in business where my business partner actually double crossed me. So I was sad for a while, and then I got better because I wanted to prove to myself and to them and to the world like I can do without you, and I can like start from ground zero.
Oh my
and
goodness, that's so awesome.
yeah, much better. Yeah, for sure. So I changed a lot, a
Yeah,
lot, and
me
I
too.
have trust issues maybe now when it comes to business. I'm like, no, I will not work with people.
Yeah, I want to share something as well. So I had similar experience. I started a company with my secondary school friend and like a random dude. So which is her friend. So it was doing really well. We were all like three of us. Every month we are getting like a good 5-digit like stable income for like 3-4 months, and then something happened. I have no idea what happened. I was really new to business as well, so my name was removed from Accra by
Oh,
them
no.
without notifying me.
Wait, you are the shareholder?
Yeah,
or
I
what?
was the shareholder.
But you
I
need
was the
to-
one that created it.
Yeah, but you need to sign.
I know, it's
share
illegal.
transfer.
It's illegal, right?
Yeah, it's illegal.
I think they signed it for me or something.
You
Oh, they
cannot.
forged-
Well, you can sue them now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Like, it's just
Do
a
it.
waste of time.
Yeah.
But
I guess the old Liz would. I guess.
The hot-tempered
Yeah.
Liz.
no, I don't think I would. I don't think I would. But like,
But that's a betrayal, dude.
Yeah.
it is. And well, it's just a lot of drama. I grew so much from that. It was like constant, like anxious every single day. I was like dealing with it, and then I was so hurt about it. I thought she was my friend, and then I did it myself after that. So much better, like more money as well. So like yeah, I changed a lot. A lot.
But I guess like change is very difficult, right? So just now you mentioned that last time you used to be very hot-tempered, but now you're not so much.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm still in the process of trying. I'm also quite hot-tempered, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I can
it's
tell,
all
I
the
can
good,
tell.
the kind faces, the cute faces that
No, I can
is
tell.
dangerous.
Oh, you can tell that.
Really? No.
Yeah, so like sometimes let's say when I am arguing with my husband, right? Okay, let's say 1 year ago, my initial reaction is to shout.
Okay.
I sometimes like to throw things as well, which I know is very bad, and I'm trying to change
Right.
that, right? But as there are more fights going on, and like, you know, I mean, I try to be more conscious about it, but sometimes it still happens. So how is it that how do you deal with it? How do you what is your coping mechanism to say like, you know, hey, I'm not gonna be hot-tempered now, I'm gonna be emotionally stable? Is there anything that you do to sort of like control yourself in that situation?
I don't think mine's the best method because my core emotion after I do something that is not so pleasant would be shame. I'll feel shame. Yeah, I'll be like, why did I do that? Then I'll replay the entire scenario in my
Oh
head.
no, you think too much.
Yeah, and I'll be like, do I want to be this kind of person? And the answer is obviously not. So, because the shame is so huge, right? I don't want to go through that again. So I'll tell myself that I'll never react like that ever again. And then it never happened again. Yeah. So I will just breathe, like, and okay. So like, okay, this is not like the best and the most non-toxic way to deal with like anger, but like I will look at the person's forehead and look back at their eyes. Then, yeah.
Well, you trying to imagine stuff? on
No,
them,
no. They will feel like a bit self-conscious.
Oh.
Yeah.
really?
So eyes, forehead, eyes, and then I'll just keep quiet. I'll not talk. Yeah.
Oh, is that what you do to Rain as well? He does something
No, Rain
bad.
doesn't get it. No, but like I do that, then I will not react, and then I'll think, yeah.
I think the underlying cause for change is when you stop and think. Because a lot of these things, for example, cheating, abusing, or being like doing things stems from you wanting something.
Yeah.
And then you didn't think about the consequences.
Yeah.
So when you want to change, you need to have a conscious effort of like stop and think about
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
Yeah. To be a better person.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess now let's talk about the bad side of change, since we talked about the positive change,
What
right?
the bad side of change?
So changing negatively. So I guess sometimes people, they try to be the better versions of themselves, but they eventually, you know, give up because of the many negative influences and lack of support. or self-belief or even love.
That's so sad.
Honestly speaking, I don't really have any experiences with that because I feel that my support system is quite strong. But perhaps, do you guys have any instances where you know people are trying to change, but because they just don't get the support they need, they just fall back to, I don't know, being toxic or like being negative again?
Sometimes it's your family that can keep you from being toxic.
Do you have any examples of like how a negative environment can affect a person to change negatively as well?
I've seen so many instances where families are the one that are actually stopping them from actually striving to be a better person. I don't have exactly one instance for my friends, but I know of myself. So when I first started social media, there was a lot of controversy in my family. Actually, not in my like direct family. It's like people who are outside.
Relatives.
Yeah, my relatives, my aunts, and they were talking behind my back about me.
Right.
Like, you would think your family will be a great support system, and they'll be like, okay, we're rooting for you no matter how close we are because we're blood, right? No, actually, they are the ones who actually talk about me behind my back, and it came back to me and like my family, of course. And I guess I would say I'm not the most religious person. I do wear bikinis or whatever, but it's very controversial for them.
Right.
Okay, because I was born Muslim in a Muslim family, and you don't do this kind of things.
Right.
Yeah, they're like, oh, she's posting herself naked. That's what they said,
Right,
and I was
right.
like, what? Wait,
Right.
hold on. Why would
Yeah.
I post myself naked in the first place? So I can foresee myself saying that, for example, if I were to be in that family, them just telling me, oh, don't do this kind of work because it's like, oh, it's not good. It's
Right.
So
Yeah.
this kind of negativity that you get will actually put you down.
Yeah.
But then when you think about it, you don't add on a lot of things in my life. Like,
Yeah.
you're not
Like
helping
what you
me.
bring to the table, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
Cancel out the noise.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they cancelled you. No, I'm kidding.
No, I cancelled them. No, I'm kidding. But really though, I think ultimately, even if you have negativity, you have to be strong enough to actually stand up for yourself.
For sure.
And some people might find it a struggle.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
guess like one example that I can share is in my work, right? So there are some people, I don't, maybe not now or like previously, I don't want to disclose, but you know, they know that they are lacking behind in terms of their quality of work or like how they are dealing with other people at work, and they are actively trying to make that change. But because of a lot of people already having that stigma that this guy is not good, right? They are a little bit less patient, and I guess in that way it makes the guy very demotivated
Right.
and unmotivated to actually make the change. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, up to this moment, it feels like he has given up already.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just feel that it's important to, you know, forgive and like also show a little bit more patience
so
towards
nice.
the person.
I think
Yeah.
that colleague is quite lucky to have you in the same office.
No.
Yeah.
So you're not supporting, you're just watching.
No, I mean, but it's still nice that she thinks
Yeah,
that way, though.
Yeah.
I think because most people, they just want things to be done really fast.
No,
right?
I think I appreciate people who make the effort to change,
Yeah.
right? Let's say if this person doesn't care at all and he's just like bumming, he or she is just bumming around every day, even
Yeah.
though he or she knows that he or she's bad, then obviously I would be like, what are
Yeah,
you doing?
You don't see any effort,
yeah,
right?
but if there's effort put in, I always believe in like giving someone
A
a
chance.
second chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's two school of thought, right? Like one is that you blame the external environment, saying that people are not nice and like all of that. Then the second one is that, I mean, are you really that weak? Like, so what? Like, there are people that will say bad stuff, but I mean, just do you and then really try to be better. Like, isn't it better that people don't have expectations of you now
Yeah.
that you can really just be who you want to be and like prove them wrong?
Yeah.
Right?
But some people do not have resources in order to like change or like break free, I feel.
Yeah, gotta be resourceful.
Yeah.
Really. I
Search
mean,
it on the internet.
yeah, I mean, with social media, right? Everything is free and fast. So
But
like,
we're thinking about like things where in this, like for example Singapore, right? We're not thinking about like people from like third world countries, like people with families who are beating them every day or something.
I
like that.
agree. I agree.
Yeah. Then how do they actually break free from that kind of environment and negativity?
I feel like we can't speak for them. Yeah, it's very tough, but I,
Try to find opportunities. Would be,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I just count my blessings. Like the fact that we are in Singapore. Like I don't know if I can talk about this. Like even in China right now, like the lockdown is so bad. Like when I was having dinner with you at Clarke Quay, they were talking about how the China people are just sleeping overnight at Disneyland, right? They don't let
They
them
locked
out.
Disneyland.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I can't speak for them. I really, yeah, there's nothing much we can do, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I guess just now, you know how I talked about like my colleague and like
Yeah.
giving a second chance, right? And I know previously we talked about whether there's a limit
Yeah.
to giving that person
Right.
another chance.
Mhm.
So how how would you know? How would you trust that person again? Like, is it only after they apologize, after they show effort, after they acknowledge that they're, you know, negative? Like,
Right.
yeah, how do you deal with that?
I feel like for me, there's a series of like there's a few factors that I look at for sure. Like I look at the motivation behind the action. Like what's the intention? Like why do you do it? And then, but wow, it's so tough. Like you have to see the body language if they are speaking the truth. Are they sincere? And then understand the consequences after. Like, do you understand the consequences? And do you still choose to do it after you know the consequences? And then after that will be the effort. So it's like a process, right?
Right.
Yeah. And then also depends on your own threshold. Like some things that bothers me doesn't bother you.
That's true.
I think my threshold is pretty high, to be honest. Like, I feel
What are
so.
some things that you cannot deal with? Like once that person has done it, you are done. Like
Physical violence.
physical violence.
Or like the attempt of physical violence. Like even before touching me, like you want to do this, I'm like, I'm out. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I would say physical violence too.
As well. And
Yeah.
are you a forgiving person? You would like to give a lot of second chances to people, or similarly, you like to observe the process as well?
I think I will forgive, but it will take time and depends on the circumstance of what they actually do on and why they do it as well. But maybe over time, I don't know. I'm a kind of person where I either really care for you and I forgive you, or I just lose feelings for you. It's like a extreme end.
Right.
Yeah, and when I lose feelings or like I don't care about you, I really couldn't care less about you.
I see. So
Yeah.
have you ever had someone who, let's say, backstabbed you or hurt you really deeply, right? But then he or she wanted to change for the better, and you guys are friends right now. So maybe you can talk with us like through the process of how you guys reconciled, or how she reached out. Or is it too personal? Or did you guys have something?
No,
I think both of us are at the same place right now. If judging from your expression, I don't know.
Like,
Like,
still in the
yours?
process.
like for me, it's like not reconciled. I don't care.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
I agree. I mean, like I said, right, is there effort behind it? But most of them, they don't look like they actually put in effort or care.
No.
So for me, like there's no effort, I don't care as well.
I see.
Yeah.
No, I feel like right now, even if you put in effort, like for what? Like
Yeah.
I don't need you
It's
in my
over.
life. Yeah, like nah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm okay.
It's not the same anymore, I guess.
Yeah, I guess like what you said, it depends on whether there's a mutual feeling of, you know, the effort right needed to put behind it, and whether you guys value, let's say, your friendship or like your relationship enough
Yeah.
to actually talk about it openly.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's the how much do you value that friendship?
So you guys didn't value those.
No, I don't
That's
really-
too, the betrayal was too deep,
No,
man.
I think the betrayal outweighs
Yeah.
the value like so
Yeah.
much that there's no point.
I think like if it's calculated right before, like they know they're gonna hurt you and they still do it, that is like a red flag already.
Right.
Yeah.
Like why would, if you know, for example, I'm close friends with you and I know whatever I'm gonna do is actually gonna hurt you, why do I still do it? Because you don't treasure the other person enough.
Right. Okay, so now I guess after we talk about second chances, right, let's talk about how influences can actually help someone change for the better or for worse. So it's really true that the influence on a person affects their reason for change and the people that they change into. So what do you think, besides, let's say, the external factors that we talked about, make a person change for the worse? Like for me, I guess one thing that I can share from my personal experience, right, is really social interaction. So when
Okay.
I was in Melbourne last time, I would say that I was a bit of a toxic person in a way that every night I would like go out clubbing and then I would like just live life
Day
so
by
free.
day.
Yeah, day by day,
Yeah.
so freely, not really considering everything around me. But I feel that it's because of the friends that I hung out with.
Okay.
And I was so sucked into that lifestyle that it's very difficult to see from a different perspective that I'm actually being a wastrel.
But
So
I
What's a
feel-
wastrel?
like just
What is it?
wasting your
Time.
life
Oh.
and not
Ah.
doing anything productive. You know
Right.
what
I feel
mean?
that you are living life because you're young, though. I mean, like, do you really want to be really old and doing it?
I agree. I feel like a time enjoyed is not
Yeah.
time wasted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I guess it went to a point
Oh,
where it's
yeah.
like
I get it.
where it's like for example, like spending money, right? Then I wasn't working. I was just like spending my parents' money and like, you know, not having any sense of maturity
Yeah.
and any sense of guilt in a way because of the people that I was surrounding myself
Yeah, because
with.
they're all doing that.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess that's for myself.
Yeah.
Like, what about y'all? Like, do you ever have any, you know, experiences where it was actually the external factors or like other influences that prohibited you from making a good change? Or you guys are like perfect already?
No. I think I'm still in that phase, though. I mean, I have a lot of friends from like different, whatever they do is like different, right? For
Yeah.
example, I still do go out, have nights out, and go all out as well.
No, I
And-
feel like you're pre-controlled.
Oh.
Yeah, but okay. So the reason is that I do enjoy having like night outs
Yeah.
and all, but
There's a limit.
as long as I don't hurt people or there's no consequences to like myself, my work and everything, it should be fine. I
Yeah.
feel.
I feel like you're really responsible.
Oh.
She is. She is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what if like let's say your friend is actually you see them changing for the worse, right?
Oh no, I would talk to them. I would tell them.
Yeah, what would you do to help them?
I would just talk to them first.
I'll ask questions.
Like
Oh.
understand
Yeah.
their situation.
Yeah, because it's quite sensitive, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes they
yeah.
don't want to share.
Yeah.
So I just ask questions and see like how open they are. If they are not open, then I'll just. I feel like everyone like go at their own pace.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So who am I to like meddle?
Yeah,
you know?
but ultimately, like you guys mentioned, it really depends on the person individually.
Yeah.
On whether they want to change or not. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blink twice if you need help.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, like,
Just kidding. But definitely, I think if you ever see someone, I guess even if you're not close, if you see like, hey, there's a lot of changes in them suddenly, and you know that they're going through something,
Right.
it's just nice to know that, hey, are you okay?
Yeah.
Just ask them, hey, are you okay? I hope you're doing fine. I mean, like, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. Even though if
Yeah.
like you're not close to them, it's nice to know that you actually have a support, even though you're not close or whatever.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and also like everyone is like dealing with some stuff, right? So I just try to remind myself to be nice to everyone all the time. You know, like because you will never know what people are dealing with.
Oh, you're so nice.
I know,
I try. I don't know. Sometimes I'm nasty as well, so I just try. Yeah. Like I don't know. Sometimes I'm having a really bad day, and then yesterday I was just pumping petrol, right? And then I was having a really bad day, and then the lady at the counter just like gave me a free drink.
Oh, that's so nice.
I mean, I can
made your
afford
day.
it, but it's like so nice.
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
really made my day.
yeah.
I was like, oh, actually, people are kind, you know, like, yeah, I
Yeah.
feel good. So I try to be that person.
Mine is the opposite. Every time I feel like I'm happy, suddenly
Something
someone decided to like piss me off. Yeah, it's like the Grab driver or not. Sorry, I like for example, yeah, for example like the taxi drivers or whatever, they're like really bitchy to you. And
Really?
like, yeah, like I don't know. Some people, they just give off that vibe like, hurry the fuck up. Sorry, can I say fuck? Right, sorry. Hurry up, something like that vibe, like the.
Right. Maybe they're going through a bad day too.
Yeah, I know. So I always tell myself they're having a bad day. Be
Yeah, they're trying to
understanding.
change.
Yeah, they're trying to change. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess like since we have time, maybe we can talk one more topic on
Sure.
giving second chances.
Right.
So let's talk about the topic of cheating.
Okay.
What is your stance on dating someone? And I know that like most of us or all of us are actually in relationships already, but
Right.
dating someone that actually cheated before. Like for me, that's a no-no.
Right.
It's
So even if it like is his past.
yeah. I think I believe in like once a cheater, always a cheater.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I have a low tolerance, I would say.
That's good. That's good.
Okay,
You
that's
have your
really
stand.
good
Yeah.
too. Yeah, I mean, I don't like. Yeah, I don't judge people for their past. For me, like I think if like say my partner used to be like a male stripper, I think I'm cool. Yeah, I
You enjoy it now.
No, like maybe
All
I
for
mean,
yourself.
like I feel like I will judge him based on who he is today.
Yeah.
Like people make choices. Sometimes it's like I don't know. I think I'm more forgiving in that sense. Yeah, but obviously I have boundaries. Like I give you a second chance one time, and then I will state my stand. Like if it happens again, I won't ask you. It's just the end. Like let's not talk about it anymore. We are done. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a very clear line for me.
For me, same as well. If I don't really judge you for your past,
Yeah.
because I feel like everyone has their past
For
and everyone
sure,
do stupid things when they're young,
Yeah.
right? But if you were to start, like, I think there's the communication that is really important for me. For example, I would tell them, hey, this my boundaries is this. If I ever know that you are with another girl, like you went out on another girl, you didn't tell me, or that you cheated on me, we're over.
Right.
Like I tell them straight away, even when we're like dating or something, I tell you I have no tolerance for this. So this is what I can accept, what I cannot accept.
Yeah.
So I will let them know beforehand,
Yeah.
before anything actually happens.
Right.
Got it. But let's
Right.
say like if you already know, right, that this guy has cheated in the past, do you think that it will be different as to like how you would treat him versus someone else whom has never cheated before? Or would you try to be as fair and as objective, like you treat both people the same?
I mean, I match his energy. Yeah. So I heard stories about like this girl. She used to be like, can I say this? Like an escort. Yeah. And then because of this one guy, she's changed so much. Like don't go out, don't talk to people. Like a mom, stay home mom, very nurturing, just an amazing person. So like it's very hard to gauge, I feel. Yeah. I mean, it depends on you as well. Some people have never cheated before, but because of you, he cheated. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
could
So there's
be.
many factors, I feel. Yeah. But yeah.
Mine is, I think, as well, about does he put himself in that situation?
Yeah. I think it's all about
Yeah.
situations, to be honest.
Because I feel that even though you've never cheated before, but you put yourself in a situation where like, oh, you get drunk, like you are like surrounded by KTV
Yeah.
girls or this kind of environment, then I don't know, it's bound to it slowly happens. You get
Yeah.
what I mean? But if this person is like, oh, he cheated before, but he knows never to put himself in this kind of situation because he
Yeah.
might be tempted,
Yeah.
then yeah, I think he's a keeper.
Yeah.
I don't know a person that he knows that he can't like have a relationship that doesn't involve cheating like for himself. So he decides to not get into any relationships. I feel it's very responsible for him to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's an amazing decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, no, I can't get into relationships. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm good for you.
Okay, so I guess just as like final words,
Yeah.
would you have anything to say to people that are trying to make a change for the better?
I think
Encouraging words for them.
it's gonna be hard. Change is very hard because you're used to a habit and used to environment that is sometimes toxic. So you have to have the strength and you have to remind yourself daily. It's like a mental battle. You have to be strong to be able to be a better person. And I hope you guys are okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can talk to Liz if you need
Why me?
I know, because I'm not gonna reply. So you
Okay, cool, sure. For me, I guess like change is definitely not a linear progression. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of ups and downs. Sometimes you feel like it's one step forward and two steps back. I feel the same way. Everyone feels the same way, and I feel like it's important to celebrate small wins for me. Like when I do that, I feel more motivated to change, and I don't speak to everyone about me wanting to change. Like I try to keep goals to myself,
Yeah.
so that I don't have to account to anybody, you know. and there's no stress, but that's just how I do it. Some people like to announce so that there'll be people reminding them. So know yourself enough to know that what approach you want to take. And yeah, I think that's about it. Like, we're all rooting for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Yay.
You can do it.
So we've come to the end of our podcast, and thank you, Liz and Diana, for being here with us today. We hope that you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.